Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Arrow the Magician. So let's talk about this episode. This is very much a League of Assassins episode. It's the 50th episode of Arrow, so it's supposedly very explosive. So with this episode we get to see Nyssa coming back to Starling City, finding out that Sarah is dead. So she has a motive to kill whoever killed Sarah, and she thinks it's Malcolm, and the team finds out that Malcolm's still alive. And we do find out that it's probably not Malcolm. He could be lying, but it's probably not Malcolm who killed Sarah. And Oliver has this contradiction in himself, not to kill A, and B, this is Thea's father. So he does not want to kill Malcolm. But Nyssa wants to get justice. And I would say the Arrow team's kind of split. You know, Oliver's really the only one who doesn't want to kill Malcolm, and everyone else like, maybe you should listen to Nyssa, this all-time League assassin woman. So by the end of the episode, Oliver does not kill Malcolm, and Malcolm ends up running away, and Nyssa says, I hate you, Oliver. You just made an enemy today. And we finally see Ra's al Ghul in the end, which we've already kind of seen him, just not his face, but we saw him in the promos for the Comic-Con promo that came out in July. So what do I think overall about this episode? I like the episode, but also I want to state it was very much a build-up episode. I wanted some twists and turns. It's the 50th episode, and it was mostly build-up. It really wasn't any twists and turns because everything we saw here, we kind of already knew was happening. It was also a really good character episode for a couple characters. Laurel, she was a little bit on the sidelines, but still a very good character episode. Her still building up and I guess making a relationship with Nyssa and still lying to Quentin, which Quentin's giving phone calls this hour now. I think Laurel will have to tell Quentin one of these days. So that's something Laurel's gonna have to do. But my favorite part, honestly, was Oliver in this episode, and you know, Nyssa too. I think she is a great character to return to the show, which I think we'll see her a lot now that Ra's al Ghul is probably going to be the main villain of the season. So it'll be interesting to see that whole real fight. This is just like phase 1 fight of what's going to happen with League of Assassins. So I'm excited to see that. But getting back to it, I really did like Oliver, you know, his morality questions, and they try to relate it to the flashbacks, which I really still don't care about the flashbacks. I understand what they're trying to do, saying that Oliver wasn't really a killer, and now, because of Amanda Waller, he just killed random people. Now he doesn't really have the guilt of killing people until now. So we saw the whole phase of him being the Arrow and not killing. So you know, I still don't really care for the Hong Kong stuff. I tend to go on my phone a little bit more often when I see the Hong Kong things. Hopefully it gets more interesting, but as of right now, there's just no flesh there and no meat. But yeah, Oliver was a really cool character here because of the morality question, and I really did like what's going on with Thea, even though we didn't really, the one disappointment in this episode also was not seeing Thea in action. We had some really great action sequences with Thea in the last episode, and it kind of felt like Thea reverted, not emotionally, but being kidnapped, doing all the same things she did before she trained. I kind of wish that she fought a little, and that just, it didn't feel out of character because I think they're building up to something else. I think Thea's keeping these secrets for a reason because there's a part 2 to this Malcolm-Thea relationship and this partnership. I think we're going to see Malcolm and Thea talk to each other a little bit more throughout the season and partner up, and maybe we'll see Thea get her own costume, and maybe that's what they're waiting for. But it felt like they were reverting back a little, that she really just did nothing. But I think it was more to keep the secret of her father, and that's why she didn't really do anything. But it was a little disappointing because I wanted to see some good fight in Starling City, just showing how much her character has changed. Some big character development person. But actually, character emotionally wise, I really love how Oliver sees Thea now. He sees like something's different, but he doesn't know what, and he keeps questioning this. It did get a little bit tedious after a while, but he does keep questioning about Thea, and I love that he knows something's wrong, especially during that like coffee session where Thea keeps getting these phone calls. Obviously it's from her father, and she keeps lying. And one thing I noticed from that is that Oliver sees Thea's turning into Oliver. And that's one of my favorite things from this episode, is that Thea's turning into Oliver. And I really love that aspect of the show now. And I think Oliver unconsciously sees this, and that's why he keeps like kind of pushing to see what's going on with Thea. And then the Roy Thea stuff was really great too. I'm excited to see them work together, and Thea just flat out say, hey, I know you work for the Arrow. I mean, it's no secret. And I think behind her head, you know, in the back of her head, she knows that Oliver is the Arrow also. I do have a feeling, just kind of adding things up from this episode. I think she hasn't said anything, and it'll be like a big reveal, but I think Malcolm had to tell Thea, because he's supposed to be telling her the truth, or that could be leverage for Oliver to get Thea on his team, because Malcolm never said that Oliver is the Arrow. So again, I think this is going to be built up as we go towards the mid-season finale, which is far away from now, but I think that's going to be a major build-up in both those story arcs. But overall, I thought this was mostly a build-up episode. I liked it for some good character moments, but I kind of wish there was a little bit more here. I want to see some more twists and turns. And maybe if they didn't reveal Ra's al Ghul was going to be in the season, this would be a bigger episode. But since we already knew Ra's al Ghul was going to be here, it wasn't as big of an episode as I wanted it to be. But overall, liked the episode, and looking forward to the next episode, because Felicity was not in this episode because she was in the Flash episode this week. So we're going to have a whole Felicity episode next week, and it's going to be the secret origins of Felicity Smoke. So looking forward to that and learning more about Felicity. But hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic and O, guys. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic and O and their end situations. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links from my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. And also, don't forget to back up my Kickstarter for Like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.